Hello everyone, I'm Syed Amir. Welcome to a new video. In this video, we will see some complex patterns that have been asked in exam. So, in this video, we'll see three of them. One more video I will be making, that will be the last video of pattern. There we'll see a few more complex patterns that have been asked in exam. So let's start with this. See, if you're directly coming to this video, I request you to see all the videos that you have that I have shoot for patterns. See those videos, understand how different types of patterns works, how we have to write the for loop for it, and how to print the value of I, j, k variables. Fine. So coming to the first pattern, see, it has been asked into exam. So star 2 3 4 5 1 star 3 4 5 1 2, that's the pattern that I have. If you see it carefully, there we just have to draw two for loops. Your how many rows and how many columns you have? You have total 5 rows and 5 columns, right? So your I will iterate from 1 to 5, your j will iterate from 1 to 5, not I. We have the complete pattern, right? We don't have any spaces like this. What we have is, we have complete rectangle here. So let's start. Let's write program for it first. Hash include study io dot h void main bracket open. Have to go with int I and j variable. Then we'll be writing for I equals to, my outer for loop handles what? Number of rows. So how many number of rows are there? 5 in this case. So I equals to 1, I is less than equal to 5, and I plus plus. Do we have to leave any line there? No. So there's no for loop of space. So there will be only one inner for loop that will of printing j equals to 1, j is less than equal to 5. Again repeating, we don't have to go up to I here because complete rectangle, right? So j is less than equal to 5 and j plus plus. Now coming to what we have to print. See, it's basically the value of j. It's 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 only. Only the thing is, at diagonal, what we have to print, at diagonal values we have to print star. That is the only difference. Let me first write for printing the value of j. For that, the code will be something like this: printf, print what? The value of j, print percentage d, print the value of j, and we have to leave one line here, so it will be printf and slash n. Agree? That will be the code that I have to write. This will print what? 1 2 3 4 5 for 5 rows, right? Here also, here also, here also, here also, here also. 1 2 3 4 5 will get printed. Only the thing is, we have to think about that printing star. First of all, the star is at diagonal place. That's what we understood. And second thing is, these for loops we got it, right? Only the changes what into my printf statement. Of course, j value we have to print. Only the thing is, at diagonal places star will get printed. So even this is correct. There is only a small change that we have to make into this. So that change, just think about it. See, whenever you see any of the new pattern, there will be some relationship. That relationship you have to find. That's it. So if you see here, at this place where you are printing star, the value of I and the value of j, think about it. What is the value of I and j? In this case, for the first star, what is the value of I? 1. What is the value of j? 1, right? First row, first column only. So the value of I and j is what? 1 1. Think about this. What is the value of I? Its second row, the value of I is what? 2. What is the value of j? J is 2, right? For this third star, the value of I is 3, the value of j is 3. For this, the value of I is 4, the value of j is 4. For this, the value of I is 5, the value of j is 5. So we understood one thing. When the value of I is equal to the value of j, means what? When the value of I and j are equal, you have to print star. For all other cases, when the value of I and j are not equal, you just simply have to print what? The value of j. Getting the logic? Everything will be exactly same. Only the thing is, into this, we won't be printing the value of j directly. We have to make changes here. Those changes will be what? I'm rewriting it. We have to see the condition, right? If we, for condition, what we go with? We go with what? If else statement. If the value of I is equal to j, this is comparison operator. Don't write equal to, right? Remember, equal to is assignment operator, equal to is what? Comparison operator. If I equal to j, if this condition is true, what you have to print for such cases? You have to print star. So simply you will be writing what? Printf, print what? Print star. I hope you got this. Else, into else, for all other cases where the value of I and j are not equal, what do you have to print? Simply you have to print the value of j. So here it will be what? Printf %d, print the value of j. And else close, my outer for loop close, and before closing outer for loop, what do you have to do? Leave one line, printf /n semicolon, and my outer for loop close now. Sorry, else close, my inner for loop close here, my printf statement is there, then my outer for loop close, my main method close. I hope you got this. Fine. So let's quickly dry run this. The value of I will iterate from 1 to 5, the value of j will iterate from 1 to 5. When the value of I and j will be equal, for the first case, for example, the value of I is 1, the value of j is 1. 1 equal to 1, yes, condition is true, it will print what? Star. Right, it will go back again. The value of j becomes 2 now. 2 is less than equal to 5, condition satisfied. Right now the value of I is 1. Is 1 equal to 2? No, it won't go into if, then it will go into what? Else. Now into else it will print the value of j, that is 2. Likewise, it will print all other patterns. I hope you got this first one. Think about the second one. It's 5, 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's the value of j. Remember? But it's not simply the value of j. It's not 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Two things you have to consider. First is alignment and second one is pattern. So this is what? Which alignment is it? This is mirror image alignment, right? So we have to leave spaces also. There will be for loop for spaces also. Into your outer for loop you will be having that also. But here if you see, j is not, you're not simply print the value of j here. It's not 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5, 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So how to proceed with this? Of course, we won't be printing the value of j, but it is behaving like you are printing the value of j. So how to proceed? Let's see. So let's write code for this. We know it's what, again I'm repeating, this is what? Mirror image of our basic pattern. So we will be having outer for loop. How many rows you have? You have total 5. You have total 5 rows, right? So it will iterate from I equals to 1, I is less than equal to 5, and I plus plus. Then inside your this you will be having a for loop for leaving spaces. For j equals to 1, j is less than or equal to number of rows minus row number. How many rows you have? 5, minus row number is given by I, so j is less than or equal to 5 minus I, and here it will be what? J plus plus. Inside it you don't have to do anything. Print what? Printf. You have to print space only, nothing else will get printed. And you will be having one more for loop for printing now. For j equals to 1, j, we'll talk about this for loop, and inside it you are printing something, right? We'll talk about what we have to print also. And outside this you have to leave one line, printf /n, outer for loop close, my main method close. Now coming to printing part, what we have to print? See again, 5, we have to start with 5, then 5, 4, 5, 4, 3. It's behaving just like the value of j. Again I'm repeating, it's not the value of j. J is starting from 1 to like it's going from 1 to the value of I, right? J is less than or equal to I. There won't be any changes into the condition. But if you see again we have to start with 5. We can't change any, we can't change the value of j. We can have one thing, we can take a value k here inside this for loop, which will start from 5, and here you will be writing what? K minus minus simply. See what I'm saying here? With this j I will be having a variable k whose value will be starting with 5, because here what we have is 5. K equals to 5 I will be taking. And what else? I'll be having semicolon here. Condition will be exactly same. J is less than equal to the value of I, and with j plus plus you will be incrementing the value of j. Normally with this you will be decrementing the value of k by 1, because after 5 we have to go with what? 4. After 4, 3. So here we'll be writing k minus minus, and here we'll be simply printing printf percentage d, print the value of k. That's it. That will be the program. Let's dry run this. For the first case, the value of I will be 1. 1 is less than equal to 5. Condition will be satisfied. 5 minus, what's the value of I? 1. 5 minus 1 is 4. It will iterate for 4 times. Leave how many spaces? It will left 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it will leave 4 spaces, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and after it, now see, it will come out of this for loop. It will go into this. J will be initialized to 1, as well as k will be initialized to 5. 1 is less than equal to 1. Condition satisfied. It will come inside. Now see it carefully. It will print the value of k. What is the value of k right now? 5. K is initialized to 5. The value of k is getting printed. 5 will get printed here. It's going back. While going back, the value of j will be incremented by 1, and the value of k will be decremented by 1. The value of j becomes 2. The value of k becomes 4. 2 is less than equal to 1. Condition false. It will come out of this for loop, and it will leave one line. It's going back to outer for loop, where the value of I will be incremented by 1 now. The value of I becomes 2. 2 is less than equal to 5. Condition satisfied. It will come inside again. 5 minus 2 is how much? 3. How many spaces it will leave? It will leave 3 spaces. It will leave 3 spaces here. Fine. And now it will go back. The value of j becomes 4. 4 is less than equal to 3. 3. Condition false. It will come out of the loop. And now it's going back into this for loop again. The value of j will be initialized to 1 once again, and the value of k will be initialized to 5 once again. I hope you're getting this. Fine. Okay, see now. The value, what's the value of I right now? 2. What's the value of j? 1. 1 is less than equal to 2. Yes, condition satisfied. It will go inside. It will print the value of k. What's the value of k? 5. It will print 5 this time. And now after printing 5, it's going back. While going back, the value of j becomes 2 now. 2 less than equal to 2. Yes, condition is true. It will come inside. Now see, while going back, it incremented the value of j by 1 and decremented the value of k by 1. The value of k was 5. Now it becomes what? 4. So it will go inside and print the value of k, which is now 4. It will print 4. I hope you're getting this. Now it will go back again. While going back, it will decrement the value of k by 1. Now it becomes 3. And the value of j will become 3. After 2, it will become 3. 3 is less than or equal to 2. Condition false. It will come out of the loop. It will leave one line. It's going back. While going back, the value of I, it was 2. Now becomes what? 3 this time. 3 is less than or equal to 5. Yes, condition satisfied. It will come inside. J will be initialized to 1 again. 1 is less than or equal to 5 minus the value of I is what? 3. 5 minus 3 is 2. It will iterate for 2 times, leave 2 spaces, right? Agree? When the value of j becomes 3, 3 is less than or equal to 2, condition false. It will come out of this for loop. It will go into this for loop. While going into this for loop, the value of j will become now 1. The value of k becomes what? 5. Agree? Okay. The condition will be checked here. What's the value of I right now? 3. Less than or equal to 3 condition will be checked. It will iterate for how many times? Can you guess? We are iterating with the value of j. J is iterating from 1 to 3. It will iterate for 3 times, right? While iterating for 3 times, it will print the value of k. But while printing the value of k, inside this for loop only, we have decremented the value of k by 1. For the first case, the value of k is what? 5. So 5 will get printed here. Agree? And while going back, the value of j will be incremented by 1. The value of k will be decremented by 1. So the value of k will be now what? 4. It will go inside, print what? 4. For the last case, the value of k will be 3. It will print what? 3 this time. Getting it? Okay. So for the next case, the value of I will be 4. 5 minus 4, only one space it will leave. and it will iterate from j equals to 1 to 4. How many times it will iterate? It will iterate for 4 times and print the value of k 4 times while doing what? Decrementing the value of k by 1 each time. So it will print the value of k for the first time is 5, then 4, then 3, then 2. Agree? For the last case, see now, the value of I becomes 5. 5 is less than 5, yes, condition is true. 5 minus 5 is 0, it won't leave any spaces. And it will go into this now. It will iterate from 1 to 5. Agree? The condition is j is less than or equal to 5, it will iterate from 1 to 5. Print the value of k, and every time it will print the value of k, it will decrement it by 1, right? So the value of k for the first case will be 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. Getting this pattern? Now how I got that? I have to take k equals to 5 and k minus into this for loop only. I told you we have to stick to the basic I, j, k value. By seeing the pattern, here it is what? 5, then 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 5. It's what? The value of j, agree? So it's behaving just like j. But as I said, j is iterating from 1 to the value of 5. We can't make any changes into j here. So for that case, what I have taken a new variable. Seeing the value here, if the value here is now like for example 10, then 10, 9. So I will initialize k to what? 10. But here it is 5, that's why I have taken here only. With j, I have initialized variable k with the value of 5. Right? And after 5, what I have is 4. It is decrementing. So simply, while I am updating j, I am writing k minus minus also. I hope you got this. Now tell me if you understood this. Suppose if I have a pattern something like this, you should be able to answer it now. I have a pattern something like this: 10, 9, 9, 8, 8, 8, 7, 7, 7, 7. For it, what will you do? See the pattern carefully. 10, 9, 9, 8, 8, 8, 7, 7, 7. It is what? The value of I. But value of I will iterate from 1 to 5. There won't be any changes. We won't be making any changes into it. So how to do things now? We will be taking a variable inside this for loop. Here only with I equals to 1, I will be taking what? K equals to 10. Because we are starting with 10. Now with this is what with initialization. With condition, what we have to do? After 10, what we have? 9. After 8, 8. After 8, 7. So with updation of I plus plus, we need to go with comma. Here also we'll be having comma. K minus minus simply for this pattern. I hope you're getting it. Now tell me, what if I have here we have 15, then here 16, 16, 17, 17, 17, 18, 18, 18. What you will be doing? K equals to 15 and here k plus plus. I hope you're getting it. Fine. So this is what the second pattern we have to do. Let me write this program first completely. We have not initialized k here. Let me initialize k. K will be, we need to declare k here. K will be declared here and we just have to put semicolon. I hope you got this complete code for this pattern. Now moving to the last one. Let's talk about the last one. See the pattern. First talk about the alignment. Alignment is, of course, it's mirror image. So we'll be having for loops, right? Outer for loop, inner for loop, we'll be having 2 inner for loops, one for space, one for printing. Let's write. It's how many rows we have? 5 rows. So I will iterate from 1 to 5, and we have this alignment mirror image we have, right? If it's inverted, the I will be inverted simply, right? For this, I will iterate from 1 to 5. First for loop, inner for loop will be for living spaces. It will iterate from j equals to 1 to the value j is less than or equal to number of rows minus row number, that is 5 minus I in this case, and here it will be what? J plus plus. And here we need to write printf, print nothing, leave space only, right? Now we'll talk about inner for loop. Inner for loop will be iterating from j equals to 1, j is less than or equal to I, j plus plus for this alignment, right? Now talk about printing. You have to print 0 on first row. On second row you have to print 0 1, then third row 0 1 0, 0 1 0 1, 0 1 0 1 0. As soon as you get any new pattern, please, again I'm repeating, don't get afraid. Just you have to decode the relation. of printing. You got the alignment, half of the sum you have done it. Now think about printing. In this for loop only, what you have to print, you just have to focus on. See, you have printed 0 here. Again you are starting with 0, 1. On third you are starting with 0, 1, 0. By seeing the pattern, you can't really see any, like you can't go with the value of I, the value of j, or the value of k, right? But if you see it carefully, only two things you have to print, either 0 or either 1 you have to print. Now when you are printing 0 and when you are printing 1, you have to focus on that. Here 0 you are printing, again here 0, then 1. Alternate you are printing, you are getting that part, right? But one more thing is there. You can see when the value of j, focus on our variables I and j, you will be getting, most of the time you will be getting answer there only. See, when the value of j is odd or even, focus on that values. When the value of j is odd, for example here the value of j is what, 1, so we are printing 0. Here see, the value of j is 1, that is odd value, we are printing 0. J is 2, that is even now, 2 is even, right? So we are printing 1. So for this case also, see, j equals to 1, 0, j equals to 2, 1, j equals to 3 is an odd number, we are printing 0. For all values of j's, for all even values of j's, you are printing 1, and for all odd values of j, you are printing 0. See, here the value of j, see, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the value of j is 5, you are printing 0. Here the value of j is 4, you are printing 1. I hope you got the concept. Like, see how to calculate whether j is even or odd. Remember the calculation for it? The calculation is simple. You have to check if j mod 2 equal to 0. If j is divisible by 2, that means j is what? Even. Pretty much simple, right? If this condition is true, means what? It's even. For even, what you have to print? 1 you have to print. So into if, you will be writing printf 1. See, we don't have to write percentage d or anything, we simply have to print 1 directly. So I'm writing 1 here. Into else, what will be having, tell me? Into else, when it will go into else, when j value is odd, right? Into odd, what we have to print? 0 we have to print. So into else, what will be having, tell me? Into else will be having printf 0 only. That's my else close, my inner for loop close. Let me just denote it. Here we have, and this is my inner for loop. And before closing my outer for loop, I need to leave one line, printf /n will be having my outer for loop close, my main method close. So that's my outer for loop and that's my main method. I hope you got this pattern also. This has been asked in 2 previous exams. As I told you, one more lecture I will be making. There we will be seeing some complex pattern. Those patterns are like by combining 2 patterns. Like for example, I will be having pattern something like this, a normal pyramid and an inverted pyramid, both making a diamond, something like that. So that will be our last lecture of pattern. Then we'll start with functions. Till then, thank you.